It's no secret that social media has changed how we operate in our day-to-day lives. After all, it has allowed for faster communication, further outreach, and access to an ever-changing digital sphere. Well, the same is true for industries. Take, for example, the music industry. Specifically, let's look at how social media has impacted independent artists, or artists who are not under contract with a record label. By looking at 6 separate articles, I've identified 4 main impacted areas. These include artist location, artist promotion, content access, and the relationship between independent artists and major record labels. First, let's look at location. Prior to social media, location meant everything in the music industry. In order to make it big, artists had to move to the big city of their genre. For example, country artists would need to be located in Nashville, or hip-hop artists would need to be located in Atlanta. Luckily, social media has allowed for a leveling of media attention between artists from big music cities and artists from outside areas, making location less essential to success. This is due to social media's outreach. Although social media has helped level the amount of media attention the 2 types of artists receive, it has not entirely equalized it. The outreach that social media has allowed has also affected the location of artists' concerts. Before social media, artists looked to perform in large cities due to their large audiences. With social media, however, these same artists are able to reach and discover new audiences in various locations, making it possible to perform in smaller, local cities as well as big ones. So what does this mean for independent artists? Well, independent artists can create and share their music from home and still garner media attention. They can also perform in smaller and more local venues. In both instances, independent artists can save a decent amount of money while still expanding their sound and name. Second, let's look at artist promotion. Before social media, promotion seemed to be described more as something that was paid or earned. In the music industry, this meant paying for an ad to promote a new album or sending a press release to journalists to announce the dates of a new tour. Although this type of promotion is still alive, it may not be the top choice for musicians. Social media has opened up the world of shared and owned media, making it possible for music artists to promote themselves without the need for intermediaries. In other words, by using social media, independent artists have the option to opt out of paying marketing professionals or public relations practitioners. They can instead use social media to self-promote. Independent artists don't even have to promote just songs, albums, or shows. They can also promote their skills in order to network and develop their music careers in other ways. Next, let's delve into content access. Although it may seem that social media has brought only benefits to independent artists, it has also brought disadvantages. At first glance, social media seems amazing for allowing audiences to access artists' music whenever and wherever. However, this accessibility has led to a decrease of financial gain for artists. Based on a 2013 study, a main motive for consumers to use social media is for access to content. As a result, these audiences may not be buying CDs or vinyl that could financially support independent artists. After all, why would they if they can access the music for free on social media? Independent artists may have thousands of streams on a song, but that doesn't mean they receive any financial gain from it. Finally, let's see how social media has impacted the relationship between independent artists and major record labels. In order to do this, it's important to look again at location, promotion, and content access. When it comes to location, many major record labels are located in the major cities we've discussed earlier, thus making these cities notorious for a particular style or genre of music. As a result, a large percentage of artists who create music in these cities are signed to these labels. Because social media has helped better balance the media attention between major city artists and outside artists, it has helped better balance the media attention between signed artists of a record label and independent artists, making their relationship more competitive. Again, although social media has assisted in balancing media attention between the two, major record labels still have the upper hand. In terms of promotion, social media has changed how independent artists and record labels interact. Not only has social media made it easier for independent artists to promote themselves for audiences, but it has also made it easier for them to promote themselves to record labels. Prior to social media, A&Rs, or artist and repertoire workers, were responsible for finding promising new talent to sign by attending live shows and networking in person. Thanks to social media, A&Rs can now discover new talent virtually, while also statistically analyzing these artists through likes, comments, and shares on their posts. As a result, independent artists can focus on promoting themselves to record labels in order to become assigned artists if they choose to do so. When it comes to content access, the relationship between independent artists and record labels gets complicated due to added factors. Before social media, a recipe for success in the industry included an artist having their music featured on television, played by DJs, and talked about in print publications. After social media, the same recipe applies on top of having features on online blogs and sharing music content on personal websites and social media pages. Although this makes more work for both parties, it makes success significantly more difficult for independent artists. While independent artists can freely share content on their own platforms, many of these artists feel that major record labels are still gatekeepers when it comes to releasing content on other platforms. In other words, independent artists feel they still need the support, validation, and/or sponsorship from major labels in order to succeed. As a result, although independent artists may be trying to compete with the music from major record labels, they may also need the support from them in order to have their music heard on a larger scale. This has created a complicated love and hate relationship. In conclusion, social media has made a huge impact on independent artists in the music industry. It has made location less essential. It has made it easier to self-promote. It has altered how music content is accessed, and it has changed the relationship between independent artists and record labels. As we continue to evolve in the world of social media, it will be interesting to see what other impacts social media will have.